was about 10 years old. We'd moved from America 2 years before. I'm now living with my mother. By coincidence, my father was coming to visit, so my mom said, you have to get a haircut. Your father's coming. You need to look good. It's like, cool. So we went to the hairdressers. I got a haircut. My mom said, I don't like how they've cut your hair. I don't like how they've cut your hair. It doesn't look as good. It doesn't look as good. Whatever, whatever. I'm 10, so I'm just a kid, right?
Yeah, you don't care.
My dad turns up. First time I've seen my dad in a year. He gets in the house. He's in the house for about 5 minutes, and my mom's like, yeah, I took him for a haircut, Emory, but Emory was his name. Emory. But I didn't like the way they cut their hair. And my dad's like, what? And then I'm like, yeah, I don't like how they've cut it. And my dad went nuts. My dad went, you're raising my boys, talking about how their hair looks. They're 10 years old. You got them looking in the mirror like girls. Talk about their hair. What's wrong with you, woman? You're gonna my boys up. And he lost his temper big, right? My mom got all scared and said, oh, Emory, it's the first time I've seen you in a year. This is why we couldn't be together anymore. You're crazy. You're crazy. Called the police and told my dad to leave the house because my dad's saying, look, you can't raise my boys. You're gonna raise them bitches. That lost his temper. My dad was a big guy, scary guy, right? Police came, kicked my dad out. So the first time I see my dad in a year, he gets kicked out of the house in less than an hour. He messages my mom and says, look, I want to see my boys. I don't want to come to the house. I don't want to see you. I want to see my sons. So my mom puts us in a taxi to go over to his hotel. We go to his hotel and he takes me and he marches me down to the hairdresser and he says, son, we're going to shave all your hair off. And I'm only 10. So I'm like, why? Why? He's like, when you grow up and you become a man, you'll realize that nobody gives a shit about the kind of hair you have. They care about the kind of man you are. They care about your qualities as a man. Haircut is probably the least important thing. Only low quality men are going to judge themselves on a fucking haircut. If you have any kind of substance, any kind of capability as a man, it doesn't matter what your hair looks like. We're going to shave your head. So he sat me down in this chair. They start shaving my head. And because I'm only 10, I started crying, right? I don't know if the kids at school might make fun of me, whatever. I don't know. I'm 10, right? I'm human. I'm a child. I start crying. Shaved my head. He sent me back to my mom. My mom went nuts. I remember her on the phone. Oh, you're never going to see them again, Emory. Because my mom's a good person, but she's a female. She doesn't understand the real world. Women don't understand the real world.
Is she still around?
She's still around.
Okay.
You're never going to see them again, Emory. He's crying. Why did you do this? You traumatized him. Da, 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 all this shit. So this was the story of how it happened. And my dad, after only being in England for 2 days, once he realized after he shaved my head, he left. And he sent me a message he emailed me at the time. And he said, look, when you grow up, you're going to understand that I'm not going to have my sons raised in a paradigm where they're concerned about their haircut. That is detrimental for your mindset as a man. Life is difficult as a man, and you got bigger worries. Your mother doesn't listen to me anymore. She won't understand. Everyone's calling me crazy now, and she called the police on me, and I'm a crazy guy. I don't mind being crazy, son.